Welcome back to Maths in an Empty Classroom with me, Mr. Southern. This is part 5 of the lesson on algebraic long division. And the last thing I'm going to look at with you is something called missing terms. And you may think, what's he on about missing terms? Well, if you look at the equation that we're solving here, the cubic that we have, x cubed minus 13x plus 12, what's missing? Well, what's missing is the x squared term. And this is very, very important because it affects how we set up our algebraic long division so that we make our method as clear and linear as possible when we're working through it. And you'll see what I mean when I start to go through this. We're told that x minus 1 is a factor, which is giving us the clue to divide by x minus 1. Now, what I'm not going to do is just write x cubed minus 13x plus 12. Because if I do that, I'll get in a right old pickle when I start my process. There's a missing x squared term. I'm going to acknowledge that by writing 0x squared here, then writing minus 13x and then plus 12. And then the process is exactly the same. I say x into x cubed is x squared, and I multiply back. X cubed minus x squared, drawing the line to find the remainder. X cubed take x cubed is nothing. 0x squared, take away negative 1x squared is 1x squared, and bring down the minus 13x. Now, if I'd had minus 13x here instead of putting plus 0x squared, then I would have had an x lined up with an x squared, and I would have got in a right old pickle trying to find the remainder. So always look at the expression that you're trying to divide into first, and if there are any missing terms, you must just put them in anyway, but with a 0. Because you will get them as you work through the process. Okay, I'm at the stage now where I'm going to divide for the second time. X into x squared, which goes x plus 1x, multiply back x squared minus x, draw in the line and find the remainder. Negative 13x, take away negative x, negative 12x, bring down the plus 12 so that I've got two terms. Back we go through. How many x's into negative 12x is negative 12. Multiply back negative 12x plus 12 because you're doing a minus times a minus. And you can see here we've got the same expression, so when we subtract we're going to get no remainder, which we expected because it's a factor. So what that means is that f of x can be written as x minus 1, what we divided by, multiplied by x squared plus x minus 12. I can then factorise this part to be x plus 4 times by x minus 3, not forgetting the x minus 1, which is a factor as well. And if I'm solving that equal to 0, I'm going to get three solutions, one from each bracket. X equals 1, x equals negative 4, and x equals 3. So that's not the difficult bit. By the time you're watching this part of the lesson, you'll have done hundreds of these, so you'll be fluent in the skill of algebraic long division. The key thing is to pick out the fact that the x squared term was missing from the original expression, and that we had to include it in the bus stop of the algebraic long division so that our columns would all line up nicely when we were finding our remainders. If you spot that and do that, no problems. Thanks for your company.